Hello Gemini, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy. I'm so happy that you're here with me for your weekly reading. This is for February 16th to the 22nd. So first of all, welcome each and every one of you. I truly appreciate that you are here sharing your time and energy with me. So thank you once again. Now, before we get right into the reading, I think it's really important for us to talk about the powerful collective shifts that are taking place this week. So I'm just going to touch upon a couple of them. We have that new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius on the 17th. So this is going to highlight innovation, new perspectives, communication, working together. Now, some of you may feel the energy shift this week. For others of you, this could be an influence that takes place, during the course over the next few months or so, because it is a solar eclipse. Now, we are in the year 2026. It is the year 1, so new beginnings. This is certainly a big representation of that. Leadership, initiating fresh paths forward. And I love hearing that as well, because with the Chinese New Year also happening on the 17th, huge day is the 17th. We are shifting our energy from the snake to the horse. And I think a lot of us are really excited about this. This energy supports moving ahead with confidence. It's changing the momentum of things, especially after a year of shedding and changes and careful planning and important adjustments. It's just really nice to see that we're charging forward. All right, Gemini. Let's gather your angel number. There's one message, and then of course we always take the last one as well. So you've got 2 this week. Let's now get right into the message that Spirit wants you to know before we get into the rest of the cards. So let's find out the message from Spirit here. And this is for Gemini. All right, we got one there. Another one. Oh my goodness, you got lots. Oh my goodness, and the last one too. We'll save that one to the end. Here, there we go. Number 4. It says, be a light to others. It says, you have a powerful message to share. Shine your light on the world so that others can learn from you. That's an incredible, powerful energy that you have. And that light, people feel it in your energy. They hear it in your voice. They can feel it in your heart. And really, I think that you really have a lot that you can share with people. People can gain something quite important by you sharing that light. They want you to pray from the heart. So number 23, it says, prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. So you don't have to keep all of your concerns, locked up inside. This is a great time for you to communicate. And when you communicate with the divine, it really does, it's even saying, watch how miracles unfold, because they're listening. They're listening, and it's very powerful. Number 24, you do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. So again, you are a light to others, but it's time to prioritize your own self-care. This was the last one, and this is the angels personally saying, Gemini. Number 36, trust your angels. Let go of your expectations of how dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. All right, and I believe that something is unfolding here for you. Something quite important. I'll just leave that one at the end there. There we go. Beautiful. A lot of powerful angel messages this week for you. Let's look at your main energy. This is through the major arcana. So let's get your main energy for the week. And you got the World card. Lots of success in the World card, because this is the last card in the major arcana. It's number 21. It's the end of the Fool's journey. This is wrapping things up, things coming full circle. It's success and it's completion. Something certainly in your life is coming to a completion, because why? There's inevitable change. We are shedding, right? We've shedding, and now we're ready to move forward. We're ready to move forward with the next phase or chapter of something in our life. And that's what's happening here. You are entering a whole new realm here of wonderful experiences. And I really think that there are miracles unfolding for you, and that this is a time where it probably feels really good to wrap certain things up in your life, because I think you're almost really ready for the momentum to pick up itself. All right, let's look at some additional energy cards here for Gemini. Anything else you'd like to add, Spirit, for Gemini? We've got 1. All right, you've got the yin energy. So it's a little bit more of a passive week. And actually, that's quite nice. Praying from the heart, prioritizing yourself, prioritizing your own self-care, trusting that your angels have a path, you know, and a perfect plan sort of laid out for you. Being a light to others is all very passive energy. You're not really trying to force things. You're taking your energy and you're moving with the flow of it. And when we feel that yin energy, it almost feels like a relief because it feels a little bit more like peace and contentment. And it's a very feminine energy, no gender with the cards, but it's a very feminine sort of energy that's circulating around you. It's a softer way of looking at things. So you yourself could even find that, you know, you're communicating a little bit softer. You know, maybe you want less noise around you this week as well. Maybe it really is a little bit more of, you know, prioritizing what you need, what you want, and what your desires are. And with the yin energy, it's like things are naturally flowing for you. Again, not having to force things in any way. Let's look at your tarot cards now. So we've got the beginning, middle, and end of week. So we're going to do 3 rows. Now, I always ask everybody to use their own intuition with, of course, any of the messages, because these are collective readings. So let's start with the first 2 cards here for you. This is for Gemini. First 2 cards, please, Spirit. Thank you. Trapped in fear. So there's a bit of fears here. All right, we've got the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. So one right after the others. One right after the other. And interesting enough, the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords are a representation of you, Gemini, as well. So your energies are showing through the minor arcana. Now, the 8 of Swords being trapped in fear, again, it's kind of an illusion to a certain extent. I mean, because really none of these fears are substantial. None of these fears are really there. It's sometimes feeling trapped in fear in your own mind. So we'll find out how you can kind of burst that bubble, all right? Because you don't want to feel trapped in any way. And fear can certainly be distracting, and it can hold us back from things as well. So we'll find out more about it when we get the clarifying. And then the 9 of Swords is really feeling sort of a roundabout energy. It almost feels like something continuously keeps coming back around, and it's really making you feel a little bit of stress. It might be making you feel a little bit anxious. And what it's doing is it's resulting in you feeling a little bit trapped in fear. So let's find out how we can release this. You know, I think this happens in the beginning of the week. It could be right before we have that eclipse, the new moon eclipse. Okay, so it kind of makes sense here. What we're trapped in fear of is the fact that there's some new beginnings that are taking place here. And the Fool energy can feel a little bit exciting, but it can also feel sometimes a little foolish because, you know, it's the beginning of a phase. It's the beginning of something new. Interesting enough, you've got the main energy is wrapping things up with the World, which is the last card in the major arcana. And then here you've got the very beginning, the very first card, starting something new, starting out fresh. And I don't know anybody who would not be a little bit trapped in fear when there's a new element or something new, exciting happening in your life. Whether this is encountering a new project, a new job, new financial resources, maybe you're joining a new community group, maybe there's a new relationship, new friendship, new love, the addition of something to your family in some way. And all of this feels a little unfamiliar because the Fool is just starting out on their venture. So I think it's actually normal to feel that sense of fear. But what you must recognize that these fears are just in your mind. They really aren't taking place. Let's look at the 9 of Swords. How do we release the stress and the anxiety, the sleepless nights? We don't want those anymore. And the Moon is the fear. You know what the fear comes from? It comes from the unknown. It comes from not really having clarity, feeling like they're just, you know, something feels a little cloudy. The Moon card can be the dark side of the moon, the dark side of the moon. I guess it's the moon is like the darker side of the sun. The Moon really might be more of your subconscious and how you're feeling on the inside, more so than what it is on the outside. And the Moon, the uncertainty lies. What's happening is that the sleepless nights happen because there still feels Some of you could feel like you just need clarity, just a little bit of clarity so that you feel confident stepping into this whole new element that's coming in, because there is a new beginning here. It just feels a little bit unknown. All right, let's get the next two cards. You got the Lover's card, which is definitely Gemini. Choices and decisions. Well, I love these two cards together. All right, we got the 6, the Lovers, which is Gemini energy. So this is in perfect alignment with your energies at this time. This could be, certainly, it could be your fears around relationships. Of course, relationships can be more than just love and intimate relationships. They can extend into business partnerships, you know, friendships, family relationships, you know, anything where it's, you know, you're kind of unified with somebody. But the 6, the Lovers, is also about choices and decisions, all right? So you could feel like you're faced with some of that, and that's why there's this fear. There's this blockage, you know? And I think there's a fear that you need to face. I think it's a fear that maybe has been an ongoing fear that you're trying to figure out how to successfully complete this phase of your life, you know, so that you can move past it, that it's time to move on. And the choices and decisions here are really going to help you clear up whatever that insecurity is, or that you know, that moon energy where you just feel a little bit like you just want to ground your energy a little bit more, and it's hard to do that with the moon because there's still too many unknown factors. Now, I love that the Emperor came up here. This is Aries energy. It's very, very disciplined. It's very structured. It likes to be in control, and you know, I do believe there's a decision or choice where you are in control of making it, and I think that this is an empowering time for you to really kind of face the elements of those fears, maybe put them to rest so that you can make a final choice and decision and feel confident moving forward. Let's look at what the 6, the Lovers, what the card is, the Wheel. See, cycles in your life are changing. You got the Wheel of Fortune. I do believe there is something destined here for you. And I think the yin energy is here because what universe is trying to say, what your angels want to really explain to you, is that this yin energy is really going with the flow. You're not forcing anything here. The flow of the energy is the cycles that are changing here. And with the cycles changing, it feels like more fortunate events are coming in. You're releasing, again, this is the number 10. So 10s become 1s. There's new beginnings here. Releasing the fear because the cycles are changing and no longer holding on to that fear. Being able to get more rest. Prioritizing your self-care comes with being able to put that stress behind you. Let's look at the Emperor. Emperor, wow, you got the High Priestess. Following your intuition. You know, I do feel like there almost feels like a little bit of a mystery behind something here, and then what you want to do is awaken it. You want to get the clarity so nothing feels like it's secretive anymore, or that it's not clear. The High Priestess is urging you to trust in your intuition, that your intuition is actually more powerful than you even realize, and that it's time to trust in it. It is going to be something that really helps guide you, and that, you know, prayer from the heart, because prayer really can move mountains. And I feel like you this week really have the ability to be more empowered with the gift of that intuition, more so now than ever. And really, Spirit wants you to watch those miracles unfold, because the Wheel of Fortune is changing cycles, and it really is about illuminating something that's destined for you. Let's look at, and that Wheel of Fortune comes with your card. So Gemini, this is a very fortunate week for you. Very much so. And I love the healing card right at the end here. Wishes coming true, all right? Wishes come true because we work hard. We work hard in this lifetime to really see results of the things that warm our heart, that fulfill our heart, that make us feel whole, that make us feel successful. And there's something that's been building for a long time with the 9 of Cups, and I believe that something is certainly coming to fruition here, especially with the Wheel of Fortune to the left of it. A cycle is changing and destiny is certainly coming in. So something is turning quite abundant here for you, and I think it's all in alignment with what your heart truly wants as well, which you desire. It's the miracles that are unfolding here. You deserve this, right? This is part of the plan that's coming in. You need to trust your angels, have this, and it might feel a little bit like it takes you by surprise. A mystery is resolved. The 4 of Swords is about peace and healing, and I believe it's the answers that you're praying for are coming in. Let's look at the 9 of Cups. You got a couple 9s in your reading here. So 9 is an important part of your path. 10 of Swords. There's another blessing here. I know the 10 of Swords looks like a very heavy card, but I believe that prayer really can move mountains. And I also believe that what this is saying here, because number 36, trust your angels. Okay, let's break this down. Number 36, trust your angels, is number 9. Okay, and then we got number 9, the 9 of Cups, which is about wish fulfillment. It says, so let go of your expectations of how your dreams come true. So we need to let go, which is the 10 of Swords. Let go of the expectations of how your dreams will come true and trust that heaven has a perfect plan. All right, we have to let go of what we expected to be what we expected it to look like, and trust that the angels have something better in store for us, because there's a hidden blessing with that 10 of Swords. All right, there's something better and far more in alignment for you happening here. And you remember, there's a healing card here. Blessings are really coming in quite strongly here. So the 4 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. You're healing from something. You have to let go. Something that you've been hoping for is changing cycle. There's something that's certainly coming to completion here, and this is what we need to see. When we heal, we're healing something from the past that broke our heart. And it's hard to see that there's blessings attached to that until we fully heal from something. But you are definitely on a healing path here. If I could please get one card for all of this. The 9 of Cups, 10 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords, please, Spirit. We want to move on. Tower. You've got huge changes happening here, Gemini. Huge changes. The 16 is a foundational change. All right, you need to trust that your angels have this miracle unfolding for you. There's a big change in the whole foundation of your life. Cycles of your life are changing. Let's get another one. The Tower card. Something ends to bring more blessings and to bring a whole new revitalized sense of energy here. The Page of Wands is new hope. All right. What happens is there is some sort of healing that certainly has to take place. And I believe that your wishes are still valid. I believe that your wishes are still there. It's just that I think that they're coming to you in a different way. Destiny has a way of shifting things. And there is a big shift and change happening with the Tower. It's letting go. It's letting go and bringing yourself back down to reality and letting go of the things that have hurt you. Because the 4 of Swords is a healing energy. It's about your prayers being answered and your wishes coming true. But before that can take place, the healing certainly has to take place. We have to let go of the swords from in our heart, and we have to release. When we release, something in our life goes through a major shift or a major change, and then what that does is it opens up new light. And that's where the Page of Wands steps in, because there's a new message coming, something with a new opportunity, something that shifts everything miraculously for you, because I do believe that miracles are unfolding on a different level than what you expected. This is a big transformational week for you, and there's lots of aspects, of course, happening that really show that this is part of your world changing here. Remember, the world energy is wrapping something up. We're putting something to closure. What are we putting to closure? We're releasing something so we can allow our wishes to be fulfilled, maybe in a different way than we expected. We're allowing the Tower moment to take place because we're ready to build a stronger foundation with new ideas, new momentum, new adventures. We have to heal our heart, because if our heart has been broken in any way, we have to heal from that before we can truly, truly move on. And I believe that is part of what's happening for this week. I hope it makes sense for you. I know these are some heavy cards, but it's also a very transformational week. Trust that your angels have nothing but the best in store for you. And there's only one more message here for you. And believe it or not, you got the celebration. This is a celebration. It might not feel like it sometimes when you look at some of these cards. These are major transitions in your life, because what I want you to see here is we've got the Fool card, Major Arcana. We got the Moon card, Major Arcana. We got the Lovers card, the Wheel, both Major Arcanas, the Emperor, the High Priestess, again, more extremely influential cards. All right. And then, of course, the Tower card. Lots of things are changing and shifting because it's opening up a new door for you. It's opening up new experiences for you. We can't truly run with new experiences and new adventures if we're still holding on to past hurt or past disappointments. We have to find that release. And when we do, we are ready to set sail and really, really dive into this new adventure that's coming in. Now you have 2 messages here. Let's just double check your numbers here, and just to make sure if there's anything that really kind of repeats itself in any way. We've got 8, 9. I'm just trying to see here. Nothing really other than 9s. You've got a couple of 9s here, and you do have a couple of 4s as well. See, I think the stability in your life, the foundation in your life is changing. It's shifting because the 9s are about completion. It's about completion. It's about endings. It's about compassion, forgiveness, and universal love. That's what 9s are about. And then the 4s are all about stability and foundation. And of course, the Tower card is about changing and shifting that foundation. Okay, let's look at these cards now. You've got endless cycles, 2323. So it says charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, repetitive circumstances, and patterns. And that's what that 9 of Swords is. It kind of feels like an endless cycle. It says there's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again until you're tired and restrained beyond. It takes a decision to live life for yourself because life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. And that's exactly what these are saying. You need to make the change. And when you make the change, the world follows suit. And that Page of Wands is the inspiration for your dreams to start to manifest. Number 2323. And then you got belief system, 0110. It says, go after what you want. Unique, destiny, which we know with the Wheel of Fortune. Inspiration, talents and gifts, appreciation and gratitude. It says you're blessed with talents and skills that make it easy for you to stand out from the crowd. That could be a lot of that Fool energy as well. It says embrace what makes you different. All right. That's your path to success, and your dreams will soon come true. And we already see that with praying from the heart, watch miracles unfold, and then of course, let go of expectations of how your dreams will come true and trust that heaven has a perfect plan for you. Even though that plan, maybe you didn't think that plan included the Tower, but you know what? That Tower, it is about inevitable changes that spark new life experiences coming into play for you. Belief system 0110. All right, Gemini, big reading this week, but lots of big energies happening around us as well. So I want to thank you for being here. Please let me know in the comments if any of this or if all of it seems to resonate with your situation at this time. I appreciate your support when you like, share, subscribe, leaving those comments. Again, thank you. And until next week, sending love, light, and positive vibes.